At this hour, a memorial and march is being held here in Hamilton to remember the victims and the hostages who remain in captivity. Al Sweeney is covering the story and joins us live from Westdale. Al.
Matt, organizers were expecting as many as 800 people or more to turn up for this memorial service here. There have been people pouring into this building for the past hour or so. The opening ceremony is just starting inside here at the Adass Israel Synagogue. Once the ceremony is over, they plan a march in the neighborhood as a show of unity among Jewish people here in Hamilton. It's part of the observances being held worldwide. In Israel at 6:29 this morning, the exact time the attack began last year, people gathered at the site of the music festival that was taking place a year ago. It was one of the sites targeted by Hamas terrorists. 360 people were killed here, among the 1,200 massacred in Israel that day, with 250 taken hostage, including several Israeli Canadians. 101 hostages are still being held, although some may have died as captives. In the year since, Jewish leaders in Canada say things have gotten worse, not better.
It is really a surreal day for Jewish Canadians as we mourn the worst loss of life since the Holocaust. We are also facing an unprecedented rise in anti-Semitism, one that was triggered by a grotesque anti-Semitic event that occurred in a foreign country.
In Canada was the worst year ever, you know. The amount of anti-Semitic attacks everywhere. High schools, elementary schools, middle schools, at work offices.
Hamilton police have reported a 26% increase in hate incidents and crimes in the past year, with the Jewish community one of the groups targeted. Gustavo Reinberg of the Hamilton Jewish Federation says he doesn't see a lot of action against anti-Semitism.
Nice words, nice messages, but I didn't see actions taking place.
Jewish leaders say it's hard to watch the widespread Palestinian protests, which they see as supporting Hamas terrorism.
This is supposed to be a solemn day, yet it will also be a day that will be marred by protests, which are going to a certain extent, glorify or attempt to justify the actions of the terrorists who committed these atrocities.
The fact that someone can go to the street today and scream, "Kill the Jews," or "From the river to the sea," that means eliminating 9 million Jews who live in Israel. I'm wondering if that will be the case for other minorities.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau issued a statement on the Middle East saying Hamas has set the region down a path of war and violence, and Canada wants to see every last hostage returned home safely. Premier Doug Ford said Ontario is calling for the safe and immediate return of the remaining hostages. So as you can see, the ceremony inside the synagogue is over and the march is just getting underway here. Now, Jewish leaders are concerned that in all the publicity around the protests, particularly the Palestinian protests, people are forgetting that about 100 hostages are still being held.